Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Carter is furious after confronting Ridge, while Luna is thrilled with Poppy's update on Bill. Zend and Steffi dispute today on the Bold and the Beautiful. Carter insists that Ridge apologized to Steffi, and Bill receives a letter from Luna after Poppy pays her a visit. Carter informs Steffi at Forrester that what she is doing is improper and that he will not tolerate it. This is a drastic overreaction. You can't do this, I'm telling you as your CEO. According to Steffi, they most definitely can. This is a private matter, and their choice is final. Hope for the future is history, her father concurs. Carter has been compromised, Steffi says. Hope has taken over his thoughts. Carter cautions that if they keep going in this direction, the business will never bounce back and will never be the same. Carter understands. They cannot deny the donations Hope's family has made over the years, even though their name is on the building. Steffi advises him to quit attempting to save Hope and concentrate on his work. She leaves. Ridge tells Carter that he believes Steffi is correct and that everyone should concentrate on their own obligations. He also no longer wishes to discuss Hope. Zend wonders what type of game Steffi is playing at Brooke's house. Hope only knows it's out of control, she doesn't know. Zend gripes about the line's completion. Hope is praying that Carter can reach Ridge. Zend complains that Steffi threw away the most recent fire collection out of a personal grudge. Hope believes that there might be a chance. Zend is amazed because Carter must have a strong belief in both the line and her. They talk about how crazy the past few days have been. Zend acknowledges that the entire Luna issue continues to astound him. Have you heard from her? Asks Hope. Zend hopes he never does, and he hasn't. When Katie visits Bill, she gives him his mail. She inquires as to what living alone in that large home is like. Poppy and Luna were residing there with him not too long ago. He believed he had a girl. The camera moves in on a letter from Luna Nozawa as Bill tosses the mail onto the table. Bill admits to Katie that he occasionally can't help but think about Luna. It still amazes Katie that she kissed him. Bill hopes the three of them can spend some time together since he wants to concentrate on Will. After receiving a message, Katie informs him that she must return to the office. When Bill is by himself, he checks his mail and finds the urgent letter from Luna. Mom, asks Luna in the jail. Mother and daughter turn to face each other as Poppy turns around. Luna sits and expresses her joy upon seeing her mommy. Poppy doesn't appear content. I've missed you so much, Luna says her. Poppy doubted that she would ever be able to look at her again. But I had to see you because you are my daughter. Luna tells her mother that she attempted to contact her. Poppy wasn't prepared. She's still not prepared. She will never understand any of this. According to Luna, she doesn't either. She remains her adorable little girl. She seemed to have been overtaken by something. She stated, "It's not who I am," in reference to what she did. It resembled momentary insanity. None of this was intentional on my part. I promise. She begs her mother to express her forgiveness to her. Zend is about to leave Brooke's residence when Steffi enters. Pam informed her that he was present. She assumes that he is aware of hope for the future. He reminds her that he is also a Forrester. Is this how you define family? Steffi doesn't want to discuss it at the moment, but in essence, she doesn't trust Hope to lead. Zend is aware that it was intimate. He learned of the minor confusion from Finn. That he heard Hope's rendition makes Steffi laugh. She is attempting to keep the family safe. Zend queries whether she gave him any thought at all. Will he ever succeed in this organization? Carter yells at Ridge at Forrester for forcing Hope to perform a humiliating walk in front of the staff. You ought to feel embarrassed about yourself. Take a breath, Ridge says. Carter questions whether he will attempt to quiet him as well. Is this your current identity? Will kissing have a role in multimillion-dollar business decisions? He questions whether he has even given his expansion suggestion any thought. You may not consider yourself my best friend, but I do. Luna wants to know if Poppy still loves her while she's in jail. Poppy claims that she will always adore her and that she is her child. I feel your anguish, and it's my pain. I'm crushed by it. She is horrified by her actions. Luna despises herself because of it. So you should be, says Poppy. You ought to be. You intended to blame me for everything. Does she even understand how betrayed and hurt she feels? In order to keep Bill, she intended to let her rot in prison. Time is up, the guard says. If she has seen Bill, Luna asks. Poppy informs her that their relationship is finished. Luna grins as Poppy dashes outside. Bill reads Luna's letter at home, which states that she constantly thinks of him. He is very important to her. He is the man she most admires and the one she missed from her chaotic upbringing. She believes a part of him recognizes that what she did was terrible. They're more alike than they thought. He's also done things he's not proud of. She continues by talking about how isolated she is and how much she needs him. She is in dire need of him. When Zend leaves Brooke's house, Hope asks Steffi if she really gave him any thought. Did you consider Zend? Says Steffi. When she pursued her husband, she did this. For the love of God, says Hope, rolling her eyes. Steffi is tired of hearing justifications. Nothing will change the fact that her line is dead. Carter tells Ridge at Forrester that he should never have let Steffi to attack Hope in that manner. According to Ridge, his daughter is independent. Carter grumbles, "You co-CEO." He ought not to have watched helplessly as she did this. Ridge is instructed by him to approach Steffi and demand an apology. Ridge exclaims, "What? Get my Steffi to say sorry? Really?" He cautions Carter to exercise caution. "Or what?" asks Carter. Ridge hands him a cup of coffee and urges him to sit down. He reminds Carter that last week he requested that he create an LLC for tax purposes. His job is to do that, not to come in here and tell them how to operate this business. I want to ask you. Are you still interested in doing this, or what? Carter frowns and asks the same question again. He gets up and tells Ridge that he loves this firm and is standing up for Hope. He has been working on a plan to establish their family's legacy for years, but he refuses to even listen. His concepts are sound and worthwhile. I have value. After setting down his coffee, Ridge exits the room and shuts the door. Carter is furious. He reads Luna's letter again at Bill's house. Bill, I need you. I genuinely need you. He has a flashback about Luna kissing him and them being a family with Poppy and Luna. He shook his head. Bill throws the letter into the fireplace and burns it. Zend is frustrated, Carter rages as Ridge won't talk about his plans, and Luna reaches out to Bill and lies to Poppy. Zend attempted to explain why Hope had been fired, and Steffi was not amused when Carter declared he would not permit her to do so. Carter informs Steffi at Forrester that killing HFTF is an overreaction and that she is unable of carrying it out. Her father concurs with her insistence that she can. Steffi claims that he is acting like Logan because he has been compromised. He cautions that if the corporation keeps going in this direction, it will never recover. She advises him to quit attempting to save Hope because she has had enough. Carter tells Ridge that he cannot comply with this once she leaves. Ridge believes they should concentrate on their own work. He no longer wants to talk about this. Carter tells him that he should feel guilty for forcing Hope to leave the company on a walk of shame, but Ridge advises him to calm down. Carter encourages him to answer all of his questions about his ambitions for the company since he believes he is being suppressed. He gives Ridge instructions to confront Steffi and make her apologize. Ridge gets him to sit down in an attempt to defuse the situation. He reminds him that he asked him to resolve the problems with their assignment. It is not what he has been doing, it is his job. Does he still want to work at his real job? Carter claims that he doesn't pay attention to him or realize how much he values the business. When he has such great ideas, why is he forcing him to battle so hard? Ridge leaves. Carter lets out a frustrated snarl. Zend and Hope talk about whether Carter can reach Ridge and put an end to Steffi's power trip at Brooks. He is aware that the previous lines fell flat, but the most recent collection is fire. Because of Carter, she believes they still have a shot. Zend discusses how insane things have been lately. He wishes to put Luna out of his mind. Being her principal designer has been an honor, he tells her. Steffi enters. What's up? Zend queries. He must have heard about HFTF before she arrived to inform him about it. He tells her that he is also a forester. Does family mean this to her? She claims she doesn't believe in Hope. This is personal, not business, in his opinion. He inquires as to whether she gave him any thought. Will he ever succeed in this organization? After he departs, Hope and Steffi accuse one another of being responsible for his ordeal. Hope is informed by Steffi that this is over and her line is dead. When Katie visits Bill, she inquires about his experience living alone in his large home. He believed he had a daughter not long ago. The fact that Luna kissed him still shocks her. He claims that he is just thinking about his actual family and the here and now. Katie has to return to work after receiving a text. Bill discovers a note from Luna in his mail while he is left alone. It states that he is the man she will always look up to the most and that she is certain he knows what she did. He doesn't realize how similar they are. It's difficult being apart from him. She requires him. He burns the letter after having a flashback to their kiss. Poppy visits Luna at the jail. She is glad her mother came. After what she had done, Poppy wasn't sure she would ever be able to look at her. She had to visit her, though, because she is her daughter. She has a cute little kid named Luna. How could she have been so evil? Luna claims that something seized control of her. She is unable to explain why that wasn't the real her. She begs for forgiveness and insists that none of it was deliberate, saying it was like temporary insanity. Although Poppy claims she will always adore her, she remains silent about it. She is aware that her pain is her pain. Luna feels bad about what she done. She should be, according to her mother. She intended to blame herself and allow herself to decay while she retained Bill. As Luna is being taken away, her mother acknowledges that she and Bill are no longer together because the kiss was too intense. Luna grinned. She smiles again as she enters her cell. According to Steffi, Hope and her line are history. The end of an era, Ridge reflects. This is the response we're seeking. Carter waves some papers at Hope and says, Ridge and Steffi put it right in our hands. Electra declares, I can't stop thinking about him. Ivy asks, he feels the same way? Ivy discusses the interest of Will and Electra. Electra remarks, it seems to be going fine so far. Of course, anything would be better than what I left behind. There is a man in a room with pictures of Electra all over the wall. Have you yet to join our Facebook groups for soap spoilers? Join our groups, which are devoted to recaps, spoilers, rumors, gossip, and comings and goings, to talk with other soap lovers who share your interests. The Bold and the Beautiful, B&B, spoilers for Friday, November 8, 2024, promise a dramatic day as Poppy and Luna finally have it out. Next on The Bold and the Beautiful. Dollar Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, is surprised when he receives a heartfelt letter from Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada. She explains her side of what happened, but does she justify it? After all, she killed 2 men and locked Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline McInnes Wood, in a cage with the intention of killing her. How can anyone ever justify that? The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Luna Nozawa reaches out. As for Luna, she is surprised when her mother finally makes it to the prison to visit. Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, and Luna have a lot to hash out. Poppy is still confused as to how she went so wrong to have a daughter who became a killer. Does Luna have any answers? Has she done any self-reflection during the months she has been behind bars? Read more, The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers, Eric intervenes, Elektra and will sizzle, Hope's fate. Or is Luna still a crazed maniac who thinks that she is entitled to anything she wants? She was ready to scam Bill for money when things didn't work out with R.J. Forrester, Joshua Hoffman, and she became bored. Will she scam her way out of jail by playing on Poppy's sympathy? Perhaps she will plead insanity or get off on a technicality? B&B spoilers, Zend Forrester confronts Steffi Forrester. Zend Forrester, Delon de Metz, feels left out in the cold. He was the designer for Hope for the future and now he has no line because Steffi got mad at Hope Logan, Annika Noel, refused to hear her out, and fired her on the spot. Steffi makes excuse after excuse for her decision, but Zend doesn't care. He knows Steffi did this for personal reasons without thinking of the consequences or anyone else involved. Will Zend branch out on his own and start something new with Hope and Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, or will they stage a coup and try to oust Steffi from her position now that the power seems to have gone to her head? A Forrester war may be headed down the pike, but who will come out on top? At last, Ridge Forrester has to decide between Steffi and the Logans. According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester has been forced into a difficult situation and won't be able to get out until he makes a decision. The Forrester heir has managed to stay neutral in the impending conflict between Steffi and Hope, but that is all about to change soon. Here are the upcoming events on B&B. While their daughters Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, fight it out, Ridge Forrester and Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, have been attempting to maintain their relationship for more than 10 years. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful, Ridge Forrester picks sides. According to previews for Bold and Beautiful, Ridge has made an effort to maintain his neutrality since he knows that his daughter Steffi will despise him if he stands up for Hope. B&B spoilers, at last, Ridge Forrester has to decide between Steffi and the Logans. He will have to answer to Hope Logan's mother, Brooke, if he allows Steffi to attack her. Ultimately, Ridge seems to be more dedicated to his daughter than to anybody else, shocker. After Steffi dismissed last week, Ridge finally drew a line in the sand and had Hope removed out of the building. Brooke Logan hurried home to confront Ridge about terminating her daughter as soon as she found out what had happened. Ridge stood his ground and refused to mend it as she insisted. Brooke even pleaded with Ridge to change his mind about terminating Hope Logan, but Ridge refused to go back on his decision. It's safe to assume that their relationship is finished. Since Brooke believes Ridge mistreated her daughter, is it truly possible for them to remain together? Spoilers for B&B, Taylor Hayes comes to the rescue. Teaser for Bold and Beautiful spoilers, Rebecca Budig's character Taylor Hayes is still out there. She will probably take advantage of Ridge and Brooke's issues in order to offer her ex-husband support. Ridge probably won't even mind losing his girlfriend now that Taylor isn't a priority. Do you believe that Steffi and Ridge were mistaken? Is the relationship between Ridge and Brooke over?